Okay, let me start today with the type. What are the type of statements we have in the Java? Okay, the main importance of the statement is like whatever the code that you write in Java, there should be written with some statements like conditions, logics, and some things. In that cases, we use these statements. Let me just show you the statement. Maybe you might be familiar, but let me classify them and the syntaxes I will be covering in this today. Okay. Types of statements. In that we have two different types of statements. One is control statements and one is assignment statement. Okay. When it comes to control statements are nothing but where we control the things, like whether it's a conditions, looping, logical performance that we do in the control statements. Assignment statements are nothing but where we assign the values or do assignments. You understand by that, right? Coming on to control statements, we do have three different types. One is conditional, looping, and flow control. Conditional is like you have conditions. You check condition in that statement. Looping is nothing but where you have iteration, like you loop into the things again and again. Okay. Flow statement is like how the flow should go. Okay, if this has happened, next where to go. Okay, this there was a block here, so let's stop here and go from somewhere. We define that in the flow control statements. Coming on to conditional statements, we have if statement, if else, if and switch statement. Let's discuss one after the other with a real-time example. Okay, these are the conditional statement. Like if A is greater than B, in that case we need a condition, right? We need to check whether it is true or not. So how we write these conditions. Uh, that is the thing. And if else, if not if, then what is else? In that case, if else if, which I will explain you in detail. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Same way when coming to looping statements, for loop, while loop, do while loop. These are again in loops we have for loop, do while. I will explain you that. And coming on to flow control, return statement. You know return, right? When what to
Yeah.
return? Continue statement. Where to continue? Break. When if you want to break a flow, in that time you use break statement. Okay. Okay. So this is about flow. Let me start with conditions statements. Okay. Okay. Let me start with condition if statement. For suppose I am writing a code. This is my generate ID. This is a class where we have a generate ID. Let me just not modify this. Or let me modify this. Right. If I say int age equal to 24, okay, and this is my input. And if I want to show that if, then what I would say if age is greater than 20. In this case, I will say sys out. And then I will print something, or I will do some logic. Okay, age is greater than 20. Okay, so the syntax of if statement is nothing but if statement will have an open and closed bracket in which we will write the condition. What condition we need to check? Okay, and if statement will have an open and closed power brackets. What if the condition is true? If this value is true, if age is greater than 20, then only this condition, whatever the code that is present in between this if bracket will execute. So let me say this out here as well, and let us say outside. Okay, so if I play, for suppose, let me say my age is 18. Okay, and let me run the Java application and see what would be the output. See, because age is greater than 20, where 18 is greater than 20, which is false. So this value will return false. So if false, because if condition false means which is which where the code won't execute in between if statement, so it will jump into line number 23 and execute line number 23. It will be carrying on. For suppose if my age is greater than, and let's say let 50. Okay, if I run the statement, see, because my age is greater than 50, it executed the statement and then continued with this statement. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Same way. Coming on to the next one, if else. So if else is nothing but if is like whenever the code gets continued, uh, what if what if uh, what if that is false? I can write a statement like this else. Else won't have any condition. Whatever the if is not satisfied, in that case it goes to else. If age is greater than 20, it executes the condition in if. If age is less than or equal to 20, in that case it goes into this statement. Okay, a is less than or equals to 20. Okay, because we said it is greater than, if you want even equals to, you can place it like this, greater than or equal to, because it is only just greater than, we would say like this. Okay, so still age is 20, let me make it 1, age is 1. So in this case, it goes to age is less than or equal to 20. So it goes to else. So what we means as a grammatically, if if it is true, it will execute it. Else, in all the cases, else will be executed. Okay.
Okay.
So the condition how we check is the value of this, whatever the condition that you place in between the brackets. If it is true, it will execute it. If it is false, it will not execute. Okay. Even the other way you can use it is if I say I have a boolean, uh, I will say flag equal to true. Okay, I can use this as like this as well. If flag, if flag is true, it executes this statement. Flag value is true. Okay, I am just placing it in bracket. Only in the case when flag is true, this gets executed. Else, in this case, if it is, what would be the other option? If it is not true, it means false. Flag is false. So if you run this statement, what you see is flag is true. Let me make it false. So the final outcome of the condition should be either true or false to execute that. That is what I am trying to make you understand. Here it would give you an output saying age is greater than 20, which is false, so it won't execute. In this case, you are direct, instead of condition, you are directly placing true or false. Okay, and you can also place not equal to. So not equal to flag means if flag value is false, which would be reverse. The total value of this would be true. In that case, the value would be true. So this statement got executed. Got it, Vishnu?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what we call as if else. Okay. Coming on to,
Here flag means what? Just to
it's a
describe the
it's
name or
it's a variable like x. You can place even x. Okay. Normally we would say flag means flag or signal, something like that. We would say flag or something. Okay. So if you place x, x value is what? It's just a variable where normally if it is boolean value variable we say flag, because flag will have either true or false. Okay.
hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
No.
Can you hear me now?
It's just yes.
Yes, I think my audio just got disconnected and got reconnected. Okay. So flag is why we normally place flag is like flag can have either two values. One is true or false. Switch. You can use it as a switch like on or off. Like that same way, flag we say true or false, or we can use any variable. But normally for integers we use xyz, or for something we use in normal convention. But for true or false we use a flag. Or you can say depending on your code, why you are creating the variable, or depending on the business logic, you can define the variable names. Okay.
Okay.
So this is so coming on to the next type in the conditions, if else. If else if is nothing but there would be cases where you need to handle the scenarios where there are more number of conditions. Like let me say, uh, uh, let us classify people of age less than 10, greater than 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and 40 to 50, and after that greater than 50. Okay. So if I need to write a statement such a way, for that let me just comment out these things. Okay. And let me write the few code here again. Okay. For suppose, if age, I would say if age would be always greater than 0, right?
Yeah.
Greater than 0. Can it be, means 0 0.1, 0 0.2 like that, and 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, okay? Means if baby was born now, it means 0 0.1 or 1 day or something like that, okay? Age is greater than 0, and how you classify and with double end, and age is less than or equal to 10. In this case, how the condition happens is it checks whether this is true and this is true, and then it goes for n. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You remember that truth table we discussed it on that day? How it happens? This table, double n.
Yeah.
Double n. Not yeah. This is an bitwise, but same as in case of double n also, the value should be there, but it is not for a bit. It's for normal conditioning. Okay. If
Okay.
both are true, in that case, then only it is true. One means true, zero is false. If one is true and other is false, it won't go into that loop, which is false. If, so in that case, what happens is like if I place two statements and say end, in case of end, what happens is like it, it mandatorily both should be true, right? So what if
Yeah.
age is greater than 0, means if this is true, then only it will go, because this is end, and then only it will go and check for this. If age greater than 0 is false, there is no need for it to check the other, because this is an end case, both should be true. In that case only it goes. So first one is true, so it checks the second one, because this is also true, then it goes to system out. Let's print the age. I will print like this: age is 0, age or equal to 10. So what it makes sense to the people that, okay, the parameter that I passed here is in between this. Okay, if I want to
Okay.
do from 10 to 20, in that case what happens is like else if there is one more condition called else if, where you can place more conditions in that, where it should have spaces. So what my condition is like, I will just copy the same statements where it should be greater, a should be greater than 10, because already here we handle 10 equal to, so here there is no need of handling equal to. It should be greater than 10, and a should be less than or equal to 20. In this case, what we would print, we would say them that, okay, my age is greater than 20. greater than 10 and less than or equal to 20. So if you have more statements of else, you can place as many conditions as you. Okay, like this.
Yeah.
And let me make it as 50. Okay, let me make 50 and let us say final condition is in else. So in the else, whatever the condition which is age greater than or equal to 50 will be taken care in else. Okay, so let
Okay.
me show you this way. Let me put it this way. Okay, this is from 20 to not equals here 50, because what my consideration is like whoever people age is greater than 50, I'm just trying to make them age is greater than or equal to 50. In this case, it goes to. So let us try one after the other. My age is 1. So let me run this. So it shows me age is 0 less than or equal to. If I make it 10 and run the program, in this case, it shows me age is still 0 to 10 because the last condition is equal to. So it goes into this. So how the manipulation happens is, first it comes here, it checks whether this condition is true or false. If it is true, it will execute and come out. Go to the line number 19. Okay. If this
Okay.
is false, then it goes to this if, else if. And if this is true, it comes out and to line number 19. If this is true, it executes all the statements here and comes out to line number 19. Okay, this line. Okay.
Okay.
If this is false, for suppose, so this it will execute this. So it is like first you check here, if true, fine, execute all the things in between this condition and come out of the complete looping, complete conditions. It will come directly to line number 19. Comes here. Okay, here it comes.
Okay.
But if first one is false, goes for next. If that is false, it goes for next. That is false, it goes for next. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the way how we do if condition. If else if else. Depending on your scenario, you will be getting this. Let me say I have an age greater than 40. My age is 49. I am trying to execute the program. See, it shows age is less than 20, greater than 20 and less than. Let me say my age is 59 and execute the program. Here, see, your age is greater than or equal to 50. Let us make it as 50 and run the code. So this age is greater than or equal to 50. Where is greater than or equal to? Because this is false, it goes here, and this is false, it goes here. This is false, it goes here, and else means after all the cases are false, then it would go by default to this and executes and comes out here. Here means that it goes to line number 33 because these all are commented. Got it, Vishnu?
Yeah. Let
So
us make it 60, then we'll see what happens.
what else? Pardon?
It's 60.
Okay, 60. See, if I say age is greater than 50, age greater than 50 means 60 is greater than 50. What will happen? It will go here. So whenever the age is greater than or equal to 50, it will always come to here, right? Logically. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh, that is the reason of why else should be used for every. If you have no condition to do anything, then fine. Only if you want only checking if, it's fine. Only if and else if, it's fine. But if you handle else for the cases where it won't satisfy anything, it will go into else. Okay.
Okay.
That is how we use if condition statements. Okay. Got it, Vishnu? Any doubts?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay. And coming on to switch. Switch statement is one which we prominently use. I didn't write the example. Let me just do it in the real time. Okay. For suppose Okay. I will say integer. Okay. Month equal to my, let us say total months we have is 1 to 12, right? Hello.
Yes.
Yes, right. Total months we have is,
Dot.
yes. So what we do is, switch statement syntax would be like switch, and we place the bracket and whatever the key that we want to check. Okay, month, and the value we will mention it from here. Okay. Uh, so, okay. Normal syntax for switch is like switch should start with a condition, checking whether the condition key, whatever the key we want, we should add it. Okay, and then we would add the case statements in between the switch for brackets. Let me put it. Okay, case statements. Case statements is nothing but it would check for each and every condition of the months. Because I told this is a month, total number of cases I would have here is 1 to 12. Okay, and by
Okay.
default we will have one more statement called default and break. I will explain you line by line. First let me write the complete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, break. What I would do is I will place what I want. I will write a statement saying January, Jan. Okay, same way. Feb. Let me put all the values. So remember the syntax. Syntax starts with the switch, and in the brackets, whatever the key that we want to say, want to validate, we would be passing them. And in the case, there would be sequence of cases with the break statement mandatory, and after that, a default statement with the break. I will explain you what break is. Uh, just remember the syntax for now. So the values would be February, and this would be Jan, March, APR, May, June. We should mute it because someone is snoring. July, August, September, November, and December. And what I would place here is, okay, let me just execute and show you. Okay, outside it. So I am passing. Okay, let me pass. Okay, so see, just observe. step by step I will explain you. Let me maximize it and show you. So this is a just example for a month. So how normally when you go for in any website or in any place, how either they use month with the JAN FEB or they use with 1 2 3 to 12, right? So in that cases, uh, for example, if someone uses 1 2 3, okay, so I want to convert them into January, February, March accordingly. Okay, in that case, what I do is, see, I will come here and see whatever the month that I have. Okay, switch. Okay, my month is true, 2 2, so I will pass this value to each and every case. First it will come to 1, because this is 1, it won't execute anything here. It goes to 2. Okay, 2 got execute, 2 is the value that we pass it. Okay, so it executes all the statements after this 2 here, and it prints whatever the things that are present and goes to break. Break means, okay, my switch got satisfied, so nothing to execute after this, and it jumps out of the switch. Means it goes directly to here. It goes here. Okay, so because this is 2, all these things like this, if I make it 12 and if I run it, see here, 12 is December, it comes to case 1. Case 1 is not equal to 12. 12. 2, not 3. No, 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 no. It comes until 12 and executes this statement, and immediately, because the break is nothing but, break would be breaking whatever the condition loop you are in. Okay. If you say break, it will break the switch and come out of the loop, come out of this. Okay, of switch, and it will come out of a complete switch and it will go and execute. So let me show you this thing in debug mode. Okay, uh, so you know how to use debug, right? In order to make you much very aware of the how code executes, I'm just trying to show you that. So my code is at month 12, so I'm just running the code one line by line with F6. So it goes to system.out.println of month, and so you see here in variables month is 12. Okay, because the month got executed, and still I didn't get the output of system.out.println. Once I go, see, now 12 got printed with a space, see here, because I added. Now it goes to switch. Okay, because switch is month is 12, it directly jumps to the 12th, case 12, and then it goes to the immediate lines of case. Here you can have as many lines as you can. Whatever the logic you want to apply, you can apply. Okay, and then it goes to break, and break will jump out of the loop. Okay, what is this loop? Okay, and let me just you understood, right, Vishnu?
Yeah.
Let me go back, and it will jump out of. Okay, remember one more thing, it won't even come until here, it will jump out of this. Let me print some out. See, break statement is only used to break the loop, the parent hierarchical loop. Okay, I'm just printing something here and trying to execute it. Okay, it will break here and come out of this, and it will print this. Okay, let me say, for suppose if someone has given a negative value, will month have a negative value? No. In that case, I should even handle the thing. Okay, in that case, we would define in default saying, okay, your month is not proper, please, so we will print something output, or we will handle it some other way for default value or something. Because this is January or this is month, we would surely expect value from 1 to 12, not not even 1.2 or something like that. Okay, uh, or even not only int, you can even make with a string. If you make a string, let me just remodify this. Okay, let me say I have remodified this with a string month in reverse order. What I'm trying to say is, for suppose instead of numbers, they gave me with Jan. I'm just telling you, not only Jan, this not only for month, you can do it for anything. Then what I will do is I will do Jan. I will just check with a string called Jan here. So I know what sort of inputs I will be getting from it. In that case, if it is Jan, then I will say this is one. It's just if it is February, whatever the variable type, the case should be of same type. Okay. If it is so, let me remove because this is an integer, and I am passing here a month as a string, so it should give you error. Got it, Vishnu?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just removing this, and I'm just passing not a proper month. Let us say I am only validating Jan and Feb, and remaining month I am not worried about them. In that case, I would say Jan I passed as Jan, so it is fine. Let us say I passed March, so I won't care because I only handled for case one and case two, means Jan and February, and remaining all goes to not a proper month, proper value month. Okay. So if even whatever the keyword, whatever the word that is present, it should be matched exactly. For example, if I say Jan, okay, or let's say FPPU, someone used cap letters, okay, it won't match. Okay, whatever the word it is there, it should be proper, exact, same to same. It would the switch would be checking in that way. Otherwise, it would go to default and show you that. Okay, see how it
Yeah.
works. Everyone. This is how we use switch. Switch cases are a nice thing where the syntax would contain switch, and you pass whatever the key that you want, and you will handle each and every case, and you can break the case if you are not interested. And let me show you one more example where this would be interesting. Break statement is not mandatory, but if you need it, you can use it. But in months and everywhere we use break. In this case, I just removed break. Okay, what is happening? If I just remove break in between, so this got executed because this is the truth. This got printed, and it would go for the next case immediately. And until and unless you add break, all the cases gets executed. So you see, Jan 1, 2 things. Can you see this? Even this break this one also got executed, case 2. And did you understand, Vishnu? See, because this is Jan, I removed a break statement here. So it went to this case, it printed all the statements here, and because there is no break, it went to immediate next case. In this case, it won't check for the case because there is no break statement. Because this got satisfied, it even enters into here and then prints out. Because there is a break here, it comes out here. For suppose if I remove even this break, what happens? In this case, you will see 1, 2, and even the default value. See, printed 1, printed 2, and not a proper value. Got it? So
Yeah.
let us say if I remove even this break, it's normal. See, if you won't use break, there is no use of switch, right? Switch statement is useful if you use break, but in cases where you need to satisfy two, like Jan and Feb, you can. It's up to you. Depending on your business logic, you can use break. Okay, but switch statement is more powerful when you want to validate the variable in each and every case. Okay, if it is this case, do this. If it is this case, do this. If it is this case, do this. If not all above cases, then go and do this. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Okay. uh, okay, fine. uh, I'm just thinking one more again. One second. Okay, so this is equivalent to if condition. If you say, okay, if this is this, do this. If this is this, do this. Else, do this. If else if. right? The condition there, what is the difference between if, else, if and switch is, if else if will be happening step by step. If is not true, then it goes for else. If the else if is not true, then it goes to next else if, or next else if, and then it goes to else. But in this case, it would directly check the value of case and this. Okay, the computation is how it happens is like the computation. Okay, let me just show you the in debug mode for this, then I will make you much understandable. Okay, okay. The computation time for happening for an if else statement and switch, which is faster, means switch would be much faster considering when we handle both of them for the same. But the drawback with switch when compared to if is like you cannot handle more statements, like two different conditions. If you are trying to handle in one place, you cannot do that, because here you can only validate one value straightforward and you can check it. But you cannot handle two, like age between 10 to 20. You cannot do that here. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just run it in a debug mode. Just observe my age is 60. How the statements in if gets executed. I'm just running step by step. See, first it goes to line number 10. It checks whether true or false, and then because this is false, it goes to line number 12. Okay, because 12 is false, then it goes to 14. If 14 is false, then it goes to 16 because it's an else. Now come to switch. Okay, uh, in case of switch, it directly shifts from switch line number 37 to whatever the case it is. If it is case because this is Jan, the first statement got executed, what I would do is I will just update the value with what I will do is I will just go and here I will update the January. So where is the switch? I will update this with Feb. Or okay, Feb. Okay, what now? Let me run this in debug mode. Let me remove this because you know how it is happening. Let me remove this debug point. I am removing the debug point and running the other debug. Okay, so see here, my month is February 26. It won't go to this line because the value is matching directly. It will go and execute here. See, it will go to switch first line number 37 and it would directly shift to line number 42 because the case directly matches. Consider there are 100 statements, okay, in between 100 cases. So it would won't check all the 100 cases, but in if it will check all the 100 if conditions, else if conditions, right? Got it, Vishnu?
Yeah.
That is the
Yes.
difference between switch and else, if else. Maximum we would be coming with scenarios in using if and else or if else if cases. Normally, very rare we get switch, but switch is also a nice one. If you get any chance, just try to use it. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That is about if else and if else if and switch. Okay. Coming on to looping. So when we come, when what is a loop statements? Loop statements are nothing but whenever there is a possibility that you need to loop into the statements again and again. Okay, uh, let me say, I would say, I let me go with an real-time example. I mean, let me show you with an real example. Okay, this is all fine. Let it happen. So let me go with for loop now. Coming on to loops. Loops is nothing but I would say, okay, I have an apple for suppose interest. How you calculate interest? For suppose you have deposited 100 rupees in a bank. If you have first month, how many months you deposited the money in the bank? For each month you should calculate interest and give the interest. Okay, so the interest would be calculated such a way that the first month amount will get interest X, right? So your total amount would be, so let us say for the month, first month you got 10 rupees interest for 100. Okay, so the at the end of the first month you will get 110 rupees, right?
Yeah.
So for the next second month, or they should give you interest for 110, right? So let us say you got 100 rupees. For 100 rupees you got 10 rupees. For 10 rupees you get 1 rupee. So totally the interest in the second month would be 100 for 110 rupees. They should give you interest of 11 rupees. So by the end of second month it should be 121 rupees. Got it? Did you understand the concept? What I am trying to say?
Yeah.
So in that case, for example, if you have maintained the account for 10 months, so they should compute for all the 10 months, right? In that cases, we use for loops. So if the things are going on repeatedly, in that case, what we do is we write for loop. For loop syntax would be like this. For conditions would be in between the bracket, and we would declare integer, some integer where which what value to start. It can be int x equal to 1 or x equal to 0. Okay, x is less than or equal to 10 because 10 months, right? So the loop should proceed until 10 times. Starting from first month, you should go for 10 months, and then how the increment should be? It should be incremented for every month, right? Let us say amount, int amount equal to 100 rupees. Okay, 100 rupees. So for every month, let us say just a small example. Let us say they are giving you 10 rupees for every month. So how many months you are there for 10 months? So how many for every 100 rupees you get? For each month you get 10 rupees. So for 10 months, 10 into 100, 100 rupees. Totally your amount should be 200 rupees after 10 months. So what I would do is I would say, okay, for every month you said that I would get 10 rupees extra for whatever for every 100 rupees because my amount is 100. So I would add for every month with 10 rupees. Okay, so here what happens is like for first month it would go into this statement and execute them. Okay, and then and then it increases, this x gets increases once, and then it checks whether the x is less than 10 or not. Yeah, 2 is less than 10, so again it executes, and this gets increases, and again checks this, and it increases, checks this, and increases. Just let me run the program and see the output. See here, the amount is 200, right? So what is happening is like here it's a simple example where I am trying to add for every month 10 rupees into your bank account. If you are there for 200 months, let us compute. If it is there for 200 months, your amount will be 2,100 rupees because every month I am adding 10 rupees. Okay, so let me make it as 5 months. Your account is increasing in 5 months. So loops are useful such a way. Instead of you calculating for first month 110 rupees, for second month 120 rupees, third month 130 rupees, fourth month 140 rupees, fifth month 150 rupees. Instead of that, what we do is we write a loop saying, okay, my month starts with month 1, increase and do the looping until 5 and increase the amount with 10. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I will explain you the syntax. How we should write the syntax. First, in syntax, for loop, you will have 3 different sections with with the 2 separated with semicolons. 3 different sections with the 2 semicolons separated. See, there are 2 semicolons here and here. Okay, this is one section, this is other section, this is other section. Okay, got it?
Yeah. Is it compulsory necessary
Yes,
to
it's
maintain all
mandatory.
three sections?
Yes, it is mandatory that you should have all the 3 sections because for doing a loop, you should declare where to start and what validation you should do and how I should increment. So these 3 sections are that. First thing is, okay, I would start the for loop with x equal to 1, and And this for loop, the second would be how until when I should increase this. Okay, until when I should do this for loop. X less than or equal to 5 will give you the condition until when. Okay, until my x value is less than or equal to 5, do this condition, do this for loop. And last one will increment the value. How much I should increment? X plus plus, because mine is every month only one, so I use it x plus plus. If you say increase with 2, you can use x plus 2, x equal to x plus 2. Okay, in this case you are incrementing with 2, but normally we do every time increment with 1. So loop should be incremented with 1. So I will so first let me just classify this first thing is called as initialization, where you initialize the initial condition where your for loop should start. And the second condition, the second thing is condition. What condition, until what condition it should happen? Because I started the loop with x equal to 1. Okay, perform this, all the code that is present in between this for loop should be only happening if it satisfies this condition. X is less than 5, 1 is less than 5. Okay, then do this. Okay, once you complete one loop, it would go into the third incremental. This is called incremental. So once you complete, the x value gets increased with this value, with x plus plus 1. X plus plus means increment with 1, right? So if x value 1 would be incremented with 1, it would be 2, because now again it is 2, it will check the condition. So this thing would only happen at the first initial of the for loop. These things will happen at each and every time in the for loop. This would only take place when you start the for loop, and after that, uh, once this is incremented, it will check whether the condition is true. If it is true, then only it will go into for. Again, once the for loop gets completed in between, again it gets incremented. If it is true, again this code executes, and again this gets incremented. Okay, if once it is incremented, it would check the condition whether it is true or false. If it is false, then it will come out of for loop. Got it, Vishnu?
Here, what is x less than or equal to 5?
This is called condition. It checks how much. See, when you say, okay, uh, let me tell you one thing. I would say pour water to a plant. Okay, I will ask you to do a job, pour water to a plant. Okay, would you think
Okay.
how much water should I pour or not?
Yeah.
You will think, right? And you will even ask me with what I should pour water. Whether with a water tank I should bring and pour water, or with a glass I should pour, with a jug I should pour, or you will ask me, right? And if I say, okay, pour water with this glass, I will give you a small glass. Okay, let us say the glass is x equal to 1. Okay, I gave you a glass saying, okay, this is the glass, pour water here. Then you would say, until when I should pour? I would say pour five times of this glass. First time you will calculate, okay, one time, two times, three times, four times, right?
Yeah.
Because you know how you are calculating. One time you know, because I gave you one glass and say pour water. You will take the glass and before pouring you will check how many times I told you to pour. I would say 0 times. Will you pour?
No.
Because you will not pour, because this is the condition that I told you. X is less than 5 means x is less than 0, means pouring water. First time you are trying to pick the glass and thinking whether I should pour or not. You will check the condition, x is less than 0, so don't pour. Because this is false, you will come out of, you will not do this, means you will not pour water and you will come out of the loop and you will go and sit. You will not do that, you will not do that. As for suppose if I say pour 5 times and I gave you the glass, First, giving glass is x equal to 1. I gave you the glass 1 first. Okay, you got the glass and you take the water and you check how many times? 5 times. First, this is which time? First time. So x is 1. So you are pouring first time. It would immediately check whether this condition is less than 5. Okay. Then you do all the statements that are present. For example, if there are control jet, let us say there are many statements like this. So there is some other statement. So you will do all the statements in this for loop, and at the end of the last statement, you will directly go and increment because you calculated first time. Then next time you should calculate, right? Second time. Second time, how you do? You will add one for the first time. That is how you do this, right? So first time plus one is second time. So you will again check whether second time is less than what I told you. Second time is less than 5. True. Because this is a true, then again you will do all the statements here. Okay. And because then again once you come to the end of the statement, again it will go to this condition. Okay, my second time got completed. Now I should increment one more time. Okay, second time plus one is third time. So I will again come here and check. Ravi told me only 5 times because 3 times is less than 5 times. So I can pour water again. You do all the statements here. Once you do all the statements, again you go and increment with 1 means 3 plus 1 4 times. Fourth time you are pouring fourth time. Can I pour fourth time? You check. Ravi told me to pour 5 times, which is less than 5. So this is the true. It gets executed. So all the statements here gets happened, and then you go to the last statement. Again you increment. Okay, fourth time. Now fifth time. Okay, Ravi told me to pour 5 times. I am still in fifth time. I can pour water, which is true because this is equal to, right. I even told you to pour fifth time. So you do all the statements, and now again you increment one more, sixth time, because you increment sixth time. Now when you try taking water for sixth time, then you would check again. Okay, Ravi told me to only pour until 5 times because 6 is greater than 5. There is no need of pouring water. You come out of problem. Got it, Vishnu?
Yeah.
So that is the way how you write syntax. Okay, for see, because I did this thing, it got incremented. See here, you see all the things that are happening in for loop. All the statements got printed, and the output got printed at the end. So I will show you with the debug mode as well. Before showing you that, let me just show you the for loop condition. Here there is one more example. Just see here. First thing is you would initialize a value. Okay. Second is conditioning. What condition you should maximum. So if you define I should be always less than maximum, it will I would start with 0. Here he is doing with 0. Okay. I will start with 0, and he would check always whether I is less than maximum value, and he will increment this one. In between, whatever the code is there, it happens. Just forget what code is there for now. Here, this is whatever the business logic you need for this loop. Okay, in our case, in this example, we have an value to be incremented with 10. Our amount should be incremented with 10, so it got incremented with 10. First time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. Okay, for loop is very important. Maximum for each and every program you will have for loop. Okay, it is not depending on your business logic you will write. So what I want you to do is practice the syntax, try one or two examples in tomorrow before you come to class, all the condition statements. If you should write each topic in one class. For example, if for if statement, take your own example, like if uh, he is boy, print that I am a boy. Next, again create one more class with if else. If I am a boy, print boy. If else, I want you to print girl. If else if. If I am a boy, print boy. If I am a girl, print girl. If else, other than boy and girl, print else. Same way. Switch case. I want you to do switch case for all the months. I showed you months, right? Same way. You can do for what you want. What? Okay. Okay. Mm. Same way, what I want you to do is, currency, right? I have a character. I will give you dollar, rupees, not dollar. Okay, dollar. Okay, let me say, I will give you a string called dollar, rupees. Let's say rupee. I don't have symbols here, so I'm just trying to print you with directly with the keyword. Instead of month, I would say here currency. Okay, if it is a dollar, you should go to the case called dollar and print this is US dollar. Okay, I will give you values like this: US dollar. I can give any value. US dollar, Singapore, SING, Singapore dollar, Sing dollar. Take some currency. It's up to you. Whatever you do, instead of this, I will just tell you one more. Okay. You saw how we do the switch case for all the months, right? I want you to try the same switch case for all the months tomorrow with one example for months. Do the switch case with a new class. Okay. And same way for loop. Take any condition, same money condition, implement it within a new class, say amount equal to 100, do it and show me that. Got it, Vishnu? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So how many programs you will get? One for if. You should write one class for if and one class for if else and one class. The third one would be if. One example for if else if. Okay. Fourth one with switch and fifth one would be for. So you should write 5 different classes, each class having each example. Okay.
Okay.
For switch, I want you to do with months. If you get any other idea other than months, do with other than months. But first to do with months, I need a switch case with months. And then if you have any other idea where we can use switch, do with that. For loop, what I want for loop, I will tell you what for loop I want is you should print me a loop. Okay, I would give integer 5. If I give integer x equal to 5, you should print me the values in such a way that 5 to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You should print until 100. Okay, got it? So all the
Yeah.
values, if I give int equal to 5, you should print from 5 to 100. Okay, this thing you can do with for, right? So I
Yeah.
gave you, okay, it's like is equal to that. I gave you a value called 5. You check whether whatever the value that you got is less than 100 and then increment it with 1 x plus plus. Got it? Print the value of x. Got it?
Yeah.
And whenever you do a code, if you are not getting an output, use debug and try to debug it.
Okay.
Okay. Don't blindly say I didn't get it, I left it. You should debug it and fix it, and I should need all the values correct by tomorrow's starting class. Okay. For every
Okay.
five classes that you write, all classes should give me 100% output.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
can you understood everything, right? I need 3 classes, different classes with one with if, one with example with else if, one with else if and else, and fourth class should be with switch case for months or anything. You prefer whatever you will, but I would say do for months and do any other for any other case or Google. See how examples for switch cases in Java, for loop in Java. Okay, but my class for loop should be, if I give you 5, it should print from 5 to 100. If I give you 7, it should print from 7 to 100. If I give you 20, it should print from 20 to 100. Got it?
Yeah.
So this is the output how I should get. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, I will explain you for loop again, but I just want to see how much you understood for today's class. Depending on that, I would explain you the other conditions afterwards. But for loop is easier, and it's much more used day to day. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Okay. That's all for today, Vishnu. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
because these are somewhat conditioning. I need you to practice more. This would be important. Okay.